The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. And it's Duren in at the 5 down low. And for Brooklyn, they've got Mitchell. Banchero is out there with Carter. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Johnson in at shooting guard. Cunningham against Mitchell. For 3. Cunningham's shot is off. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. Mitchell, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And how about the strength from Mitchell? Looking tough and determined on that aggressive take inside.
Harris kicks to Cunningham. Duren sets the screen for Cunningham. He can't get that one. Pass to Mitchell. Kicks it out to Banchero. Back to Mitchell. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Johnson. Detroit with the rebound.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Tobias Harris-Clark has played over a dozen years in the NBA, and he is still a solid third option.
He really is, and he only played 1 year in college, and yet has been steady and consistent. He might not be the most efficient scorer, but he still does a lot of good things when he's on the floor, and he does them at both ends of the floor. Hey, nobody on this floor, or any floor for that matter, is out-leaping fence. So that really allows Carter down low to do his thing.
Now, here's Cunningham. Stolen by Mitchell. And, oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. Davis finds Banchero. The offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Ivy against Johnson. Good work there as it goes.
In the mid-range, Johnson is reliable and consistent. He knows these angles so well.
Thompson outside. Back to Cunningham. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Carter. And now it's Davis running. He can go all the way.
Davis, such a terror in the open court with his size and speed. That's a really lethal combination.
Cunningham inside. Covered by Mitchell. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And here's Brooklyn. Good momentum. 8 straight points. Here's Johnson. Drops in the layup for 2. Johnson's got his second basket of the game.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And Brooklyn making a change here. Zubac has checked in. And Detroit with a change here, too. Sasser's checked in. Cunningham passes to Ivy. In the corner, it's Harris. Back to Ivy. Pass to Sasser. Buries it from three-point range.
Finally, after all those clanks, someone comes through for him.
Well, you knew it eventually was going to happen. I mean, my goodness, a tight start to this one, but maybe that'll ignite some more buckets to be made.
Harris outside. Back to Sasser. Here's Cunningham. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
Cunningham is not shy about mixing it up down low. He's got a great feel around the rim.
Zubac, that's good.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now here is Harris. He has yet to score.
And Harris can certainly knock this down, which is why you got to guard him tighter than that.
Here's Carter, and then Carter with the dunk.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Here is Cunningham after the basket by Brooklyn. 6 on the shot clock. Duran with the screen on Johnson. Cunningham for 3. Vince Carter grabs the miss. Brooklyn leading by 9. It's Johnson. That time on the assist by Carter. Johnson's got 6.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Now, here's Cunningham. Harris misses. Johnson kicks to Carter. Lets it go from deep. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And so it's Brooklyn, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll return shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Brooklyn.
Look at the fast break point total from these guys. I mean, they're really hustling, working hard. And those hustle points are showing up on the scoreboard.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
On the court for the Pistons, we've got Paul Reed. Marcus Sasser is out there with Beasley. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. Sasser with it. Ainge covering. Reed dishes to Beasley. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And the rejection by Zubac. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Paolo Banchero's checked in for Johnson. Here's Thompson, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Brooklyn leading by 17. And here is Ainge. To the wing right side. Carter looking around. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. That's 12 points for Vince Carter.
Yeah, watching Carter find his rhythm. Very impressive, an efficient scorer who can hurt you in a lot of ways.
Here's Sasser. Ainge covering. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Pass to Thompson. And here's Reed. Stolen by Zubac. And, oh, here we go. Carter's got it in a fast break chance. Hits that one. Nice pass, leading him to the bucket.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And timeout call by J.B. Bickerstaff. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Simone Fontecchio, he's checked in for Detroit.
Way to go, everyone. Let's hear it for you.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Stewart finds Reed. It's Beasley on the wing. Back to Reed. Pass to Fontecchio. Clock at 6. Reed with it. Can they get it? Vince Carter grabs the miss. Carter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Johnson, the pass to Ainge. Jacks up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Ainge is such a versatile player, but that's his bread and butter right there. He's really a good shooter from distance.
Reed a screen on Ainge. Reed against Zubac. Free kicks to Beasley. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Duren, he's checked in for Paul Reed. Tobias Harris comes in for Isaiah Stewart. Kay Cunningham's checked in for Fontecchio. And it's Jaden Ivey in for Beasley. Johnson left side. Joe Johnson on the wing. Pass to Ainge.
Second quarter.
Kicks it out to Banchero. Back to Ainge. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And the basket by Johnson.
And zero hesitation from Johnson. Whenever ISO Joe has a look, he's going to let it go.
Duren with the screen on Ainge. Now Duren. Pass to Cunningham. To end the cold streak. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent. Carter taking flight is a thing of beauty. Insanity showing off his amazing bounce.
1:15 left to play here in the half. Now here's Cunningham. Now Duren. Zubac's defending. Cunningham sets a screen for Duren. For three, Harris. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Harris has gone 1 of 3 on the night. And finished off by Banchero.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
.54 seconds left in the second quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Banchero against Harris. Duren with the screen on Carter. 5 to shoot. Here's Ivey. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Carter left side. And Vince Carter with the slam.
And that's what Carter does best. Knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. No points yet here in the second quarter for them.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Carter with a 3. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Brooklyn ahead, running away with this one. And we'll be back with you right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot drum line. They're thinking about the shot. Give it up for our contestant.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Look at Vince Carter in this game. I mean, he's been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Johnson is out there with Mitchell. Then there's Davis. Then there's Carter. And it's Banchero in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now, here's Ivy. Scoreless thus far.
And man, can Ivy fly. I mean, a big-time finisher.
Clark, I know you'd agree. Paolo Banchero has certainly lived up to the hype, being a #1 overall pick.
Yeah, you know, I loved him when he was in college. Loved his size, his athleticism, his IQ, his tenacity. I mean, I don't think there's anything on the floor that he can't do.
Ivy dishes to Harris. Cunningham against Mitchell. Cunningham's shot is off. Brooklyn with the ball. Johnson kicks to Banchero. Here's Carter. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got his 4th assist in this one. Cunningham passes to Harris. Back to Cunningham. This one for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Banchero's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Down low. And Davis throws it down.
Yes, sir. AD threw it down easily.
Here's Cunningham. Pass to Ivy. And Thompson kicks to Harris. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Harris has gone 1 for 5 from the field, 20%. The 3 from Johnson hits the three-point line. Johnson's got 15 points.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Oh, and the playmaking of Ivy on full display.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Carter on the wing. 23 points in the game. Banchero, that's good.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
Pass to Ivy. Brooklyn with the rebound. Banchero's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Inside, here's Davis. Mitchell with it. Carter outside. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. And that's now 25 points for Vince Carter. There's 1:47 left in the 3rd quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ball's knocked loose. .121 left in the 3rd. Johnson from outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Now, here's Cunningham. Pass to Duren. Cunningham on the wing. Over Mitchell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham, a talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Zubats is checked in for Davis. Humphreys comes in for Banchero. Cameron Thomas, he's checked in for Joe Johnson. And Danny Ainge has subbed in for Mitchell. And then for Detroit, Stewart's checked in for Harris. Fontecchio's coming in for Asar Thompson. And Marcus Sasser subbed in for Jaden Ivey. Now, here's Cunningham. The three-pointer, no good.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Sasser finds Fontecchio. Drills the three-pointer. Here's Thomas. 19 seconds left here in the third quarter. Going inside. Can't cash in from close range. Now Fontecchio. Here's Sasser. The three-pointer off the mark. He gets it up. And no good. And so it's Brooklyn, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Detroit has possession. On the court for the Pistons, we've got Malik Beasley. Fontecchio is out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then there's Marcus Sasser. And it's Reed in at the 5 spot. The three from KD. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Sasser. Kevin McHale, who checked in for Brooklyn. Carter comes in for Kevin Durant.
Substitution.
And the Pistons with possession here. Sasser with it. Reed a screen on Ainge. Reed the pass to Stewart. 6 to shoot. Pass to Beasley. Over Thomas. No good from Beasley.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Well, what a quick shot by Ainge. He gets the ball and doesn't waste any time knocking it down.
Here's Sasser. The three. And he's good on the three ball.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Now, here is Reed. Fontecchio. And a miss there on the triple. Carter left side.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
Now Sasser, and it's Fontecchio in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. Fontecchio's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far.
A focal point of this offense, Carter knows exactly how to find ways to get himself to the line.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
You know, this is an example of why conditioning can be so important. I mean, it can be critical. They continue to sprint the floor, and there's no let-up in sight.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. And Brooklyn making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Thompson outside. Back to Cunningham. Stolen by Ainge. Outside Thomas. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Thomas got 6 here in this quarter.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Carter's checked in.
To the floor for your home team, number 15.
In just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here.
2 minutes to play. Fourth quarter.
Harris kicks to Ivy. Here's Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Thompson against Carter. And then Carter with the dunk.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
So it's the Pistons now. After the basket by Brooklyn. Ivy with the bucket.
Too smooth from the mid-range. Defenders can't let Ivy get comfortable from there.
Pass to Ainge. The 3 from Thomas. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And he's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Now here's Thompson. Harris passes to Ivy. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Zubac.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Takes the 3. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
Durant's checked in for Carter.
Number 35, Kevin Durant.
Cunningham against Ainge to end the run. It's hauled in by Zubac. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked. And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Thompson outside. Shakes him. And he sinks the layup.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Thomas inside. Ivy defending. That's good from Thomas on the assist by KD.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Ivy on the wing. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And now we present the player of the game, Vince Carter.
from everyone here at 2K. Thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Davis, Donovan Mitchell out there with Johnson. Then there's Banchero, and it's Carter in at the small forward position. And for the Bulls, Williams and Vucevic are inside. White and Levine pair up in the backcourt, and it's Giddey in at the 3, the small forward. Outside Johnson. Back to Banchero. Carter on the wing. The 3. Offensive board. Here's Davis. The kick out to Banchero. Johnson for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Staying ready. Johnson spotting up and lasers that one in.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
And so here is Chicago, following the bucket by Brooklyn. Williams is screen on Mitchell. White for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Johnson passes to Davis. Outside for Mitchell. Pass to Carter. Banchero outside. Here's Davis. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
And Davis just eating up the boards on the inside and went right back up with it.
Outside White. Pulls up at the elbow. The rebound by Carter. Pass to Johnson. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Well, Joe Johnson's a very patient player who likes to get inside for his shots as well, possessing a very nice touch down low.
Now here's Vucevic. Outside Levine. Now White. Back to Levine. Clock at 6. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Here's Johnson. Uses the glass on the layup. Johnson's got 7.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Giddey. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Giddey, one of those guys who, when he's on the floor, plays with that kind of joy that Steve Kerr often talks about with Steph Curry. This is a guy who wants to keep improving in any way that he can.
Carter, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. Ivica Zubac's checked in for Brooklyn. And Mitchell with the slam.
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits in the first period.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contributions.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Zach LaVine, he's checked in for Chicago. Goes up off the inbound. And White lays it in.
Big ups to this coaching staff. Great play design there.
Brooklyn leading by 8. Outside Johnson. Pass to Carter. Shoots over White. Carter can't get it to go. And it's Levine with the ball for the Bulls. Outside White. Drives to the hoop. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
You got to keep that head up, and Levine knows that. Able to hit his man in stride there. Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Levine passes to Vucevic. Back to Levine. Outside, Williams. Shot clock at 5. Shot is up. Great D that time from Zubac.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Now here's Johnson. 9 points in the game. It's good. Johnson's got 11 points.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play. He may not be the strongest inside presence, but still, he's got to convert from there.
And the shot goes.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Levine, that one's good.
And with how well Levine attacks the bucket, defensively, you almost have to give him space to shoot threes.
Here's Davis. Back to Mitchell. Outside Johnson. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. 14 points for him.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Levine. Good on the baseline, Jay. Levine's got his second basket.
When the defense gives you room, take it. Don't pass up the shot.
And so it's Brooklyn, ending the quarter up 10. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
They started this one on a mission to own their offensive rebounds, outworking the defense to win back the ball and get second chance shots.
Well, they really cashed in on the break. I mean, it feels like they're hungry to get out, they're hungry to run, and they're not passing up any chances to leak out and score.
On the floor for Brooklyn, Cameron Johnson out there with Kevin Durant. Then there's Ivica Zubac, and it's Carter in at the 2 guard. Now here's Carter. Right side Giddey. Up and over Carter. And it's Giddey missing. Brooklyn leading by 8. Zubac passes to Carter. Back to Zubac. Here's Ainge. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Now here's Carter. Oh, denied by Durant.
Durant covering a lot of territory with his length.
Banchero's checked in for Brooklyn. Carter's gone 1 for 3 from the field here. Craig with a steal. Pass to Dosumu. Giddey with it. Back to Dosumu. Left side Carter. 6 to shoot. And play stops for a whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Uzelis is checked in for Chicago. Lonzo Ball comes in for Giddey. Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
Your dance team. For your dance team.
Ball against Carter. Pass to Dosumu. Vucevic, a screen on Johnson. Dosumu goes in, and that one is hammered home.
Oh, Come on, B.A. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
He felt the defender closing out to him, and Banchero let it fly. That catch-and-shoot ability is a weapon.
Inside. And the layup is good off the glass. Banchero's got 5.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Outside Carter. Pass to Williams. Dosunmu outside. Now Vucevic. Shoots over Zubac. The bank shot, no good. Carter against Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
Here's Ball, following the bucket by Brooklyn. Pass to Vucevic. A minute 50 left in the first half of this one. 5 on the clock. Williams with it. Over Banchero. And no good, trying to use the glass.
Great defensive effort to lock down the paint.
Yeah, he cut off every angle and then got his body on him. That's a Warriors effort.
Chicago trails by 18. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carter for Chicago. Josh Giddey's checked in for Dosunmu. Levine comes in for Ball. And it's White in for Carter. .124 left in the second quarter. Williams on the wing, guarded by Banchero. White against Mitchell. Clock at 4. Shot to stop the run. White can't hit. And so it's Banchero who brings it up for Brooklyn. 18 points separating these teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Nice shot by Durant.
And man, you look at that release from Durant. He makes hitting a 3 look like a layup with that size and touch.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He's going to talk it over with his guys. For Brooklyn, Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Zubac. And it's Carter in for Kevin Durant. .55 seconds left in the second period. Mitchell against White. Here's Giddey. Lays it up and banks it in. Giddey's got 5 points.
Not afraid to try his luck down there. Giddey on the interior.
Pass to Banchero. And here's Johnson. 3-pointer. No good there. There's 31 seconds left to play in the second quarter. White looking it over. Now here's Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Giddey. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. He has 7.
That's a confident shot from the young guard Giddey. Love seeing him be assertive.
And Davis gets it to go.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Outside, Williams. And stolen by Banchero. And so it's Brooklyn, up 19 points as the quarter comes to a close. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Chicago trails by 19.
Williams and Vucevic are inside. White and Levine pair up in the backcourt, and it's Giddey in at the small forward position. That's the group for Billy Donovan, getting going here in the second half. Stolen by Carter. They push it up 4-on-3. Mitchell finds Johnson. The three from Banchero. Oh, they get a hand on it, and they get it back. On the wing, Davis. Outside, Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. And that one drops for him. Johnson's got 16 points now.
Joe Johnson pouring in points. He's done that before. He's got it going.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Carter, he's checked in for White.
Give him a hand, fans. It's your Breakers.
And so here is Chicago. Outside, Williams. And Davis with the block.
No surprise why AD has led the league in blocks before.
Good on the bucket. Give him 8 points now.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And Davis with the block. The three from Mitchell. Pure from three-point range.
And normally Mitchell wants his shot head on, but you give him the corner and he will adapt.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Giddey. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to be on Anthony Davis. He shot 2 free throws in the game. He's made 1 and missed 1.
The line for 2, Josh Giddey.
That free throw good from Giddey. Both free throws good from Giddey. Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Carter. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Vince Carter, 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Carter nails them both. And so here is Chicago. Outside Giddey. Brooklyn pulls it in. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. On the attack, Carter. Mitchell finds Johnson. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 5th assist in this one.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Shot by Levine, no good. Brooklyn with the ball. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But, Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Williams a screen on Johnson. From the low block. Outside, Williams. Back to Giddey. Outside Carter. Just 5 on the clock. Levine can't hit. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 14-2 run here. Carter can't get it to go. Carter's gone 2 of 5 tonight. Now for an update on Kobe White's injury. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Guys, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Chicago. He called the injury a lower back bruise and said it's very stiff at the moment.
All right, that's good intel. We've definitely been thinking of him, and now we have some more clarity, guys.
Yeah, they now have all the information they need in order to determine the next steps.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
And so here is Chicago, following the bucket by Brooklyn. Back to Levine. Knocked away. Mitchell with the ball. Now Carter defending. Outside Davis. From deep, Johnson. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 3 assists in the game. And taking a quick gander here at the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Shot by Levine, no good. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 19-5 run. Mitchell. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
Whoa, guys. I mean, this crowd is in awe of that Mitchell dunk. Heck, I'm in awe, too.
Here's Carter. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Giddey. Carter, a screen on Johnson. Outside Giddey. 6 on the shot clock. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Giddey's gotten 4 this quarter.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket. Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
And so it's Brooklyn with 0 pressure as they hold on to a 35-point advantage. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
And sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the floor for Brooklyn, they've got Kevin Durant, Cam Thomas out there with Ivica Zubac, and it's Ainge in at point guard. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. Brooklyn making a switch here. Lewis has checked in.
Checking in for the away team, number 7, Rashard Lewis.
Carter, the pass to Dosumu. Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. Brooklyn making a switch here.
Checking in for the away team, number 32, Kevin McHale.
Here's ball. Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night. And here's Thomas from the arc. Buries it from 3. Thomas has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Craig passes to Dosumu. Zubac against ball. Craig with a screen on Zubac. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. And so Durant will bring it up for Brooklyn. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed.
Well, Kevin Durant showing off that within this offensive scheme, he has the ability to set up his teammates.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Ball against Thomas. Back to Carter. There's the triple. Brooklyn pulls it in. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Pass to Ainge. Here's McHale. Oh, deflected. Durant for three. Smith with the rebound. Durant's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Ball against Durant. Ball no good. Zubac's inside. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Zubac's such a towering presence, a guy who's capable of scoring through contact.
Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Now here's White. Defense is right there. Johnson against Giddey. Williams a screen on Johnson. Here's Giddey. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
That elite passing ability, Giddey has the defense on its heels, and it gives him space to operate in the mid-range.
Johnson on the wing. 4-3. It's rebounded by Levine.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Williams on the wing to the middle. Here's Vucevic. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Getting points inside is no problem for Vucevic. He consistently finds these openings.
Durant with it. Guarded now by Williams. Here's Thomas for three. Chicago with a rebound.
Away team foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for the away team, number 43, Chris Humphrey.
1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Vucevic. Back to Levine. Banked it in off the glass.
Proving once again, Levine is not all dunks and threes.
Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort. This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Here's Giddey. Brooklyn pulls it in. Zubac has got 8 rebounds in the game. Here's Thomas. Down low. The kick to Durant. Pass to Humphries. They get it again. On the wing, Durant. Giddey defends. Nice shot by Durant.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Giddey. Humphries grabs the miss. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. And here's Thomas. Pass to Durant from outside the arc. The shot won't fall. Levine against Thomas. Right side, Levine. White on the wing. Now Giddey. 6 to shoot. Back to Williams. Fires from deep. Knocks down the long J.
And Giddey with a little giddy up on that pass.
Durant for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Here's Giddey. So we see Brooklyn get the win here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson with our entire 2K crew thanking you for watching. And time now for our player of the game.